Welcome to the Irresistible You podcast. This is the place to get a dose of empowerment to create the life you crave and deserve. My name is Amy with 2 E's, and I'm the CEO and founder of Irresistible University. Through my podcast and courses, I teach women just like you how to ditch the body image issues, gain confidence, and lose the emotional weight to look and feel irresistible at any size. If you like the podcast, you're going to love the Irresistible You online course and VIP private podcast. If you would like to learn more, including the investment, see what's included, get real client testimonials, and to sign up and enroll, please head over to irresistibleicing.com/course. That link is also in the show notes. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 247. Today, we are talking about the let them theory. Specifically, how to use this strategy for emotional weight loss to protect your self-esteem, to protect your self-worth, and to build up your confidence. Now, what is the let them theory? You've probably seen it going all crazy on social media. It started going viral. While it wasn't created by her, it was made popular by Mel Robbins, who, if you don't know, she's a podcaster, author, and self-help person. And it's a very simple strategy. Let them is a way of releasing yourself from other people's judgment. It's a way of releasing the control that you want over other people. Let them. So for example, if you're so worried up about somebody saying something about your weight, let them. Let them judge you. Let them. Right? We'll dig deeper a little bit into some more examples, but that is just to show you what this means. If someone doesn't invite you to the cookout, let them. Let them. Because when you let them, you give people the opportunity to show you who they are. And sometimes we have to take a step back and give space to see what other people are going to do. And I'm real big on the phrase, if they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to support you, they would. So people all the time are showing you who they are. But when you live in denial and you are so focused on, but they have potential, but they don't really mean it. No, bitch, they mean it. They mean it. When people show you who they are, believe them. It's that simple. Then you get to make a decision on what you do with that information, right? Especially when people tell you who they are, they tell you what they're going to do, and they do it, and then you're clutching your fucking pearls because you can't believe it's happening. They told you what they were going to do. Stay on topic, Amy. Stay on topic. But let them is so powerful because it surrenders you from the mental storm that you create. It releases you from the inner fat bitch, right? The inner fat bitch is that inner critic, that inner voice who's constantly tearing us down, telling us we're too fat, we're never going to lose weight. See, I told you you're going to be like this forever. It releases you from that inner turmoil of always wanting to control everything. And I think when we struggle with yo-yo dieting and weight, we have a lot of control issues, a lot of them. And I want to give some examples of scenarios where you might face judgment or comments about your weight. And when I say weight, I mean your weight loss, I mean your weight gain, or your weight loss journey, right? Before I do that, I want to make it very clear that let them does not mean let them walk all over you. It does not mean let them bully, harass, belittle. It does not mean let them take your let them take, what am I trying to say here? You get what I'm saying. You feel me. Like let them does not mean let them walk all over you. It does not mean let them abuse you. It does not mean let them harass you. It does not mean let them bully you. It means let them judge. Let them do what they're going to do because they're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. So some scenarios. Let them judge you. Let them judge you for your weight. You spend all this time creating a story. Oh my God, I haven't seen these people in so long. They're going to notice I've gained so much weight or I look older now. And no shit, we're all getting older. Okay. That's a whole nother thing for another day. But like, let them judge you for your weight because they're going to do it anyway. So you spending all this mental energy doing mental gymnastics, trying to figure out what you're going to say and what you're going to do, and let them, because it says more about them than it says about you. Let them, okay? Let them lose more weight than you. We get so caught up in comparing, especially on social media, seeing, oh, so-and-so's losing weight and they've already lost 50 pounds. I've only lost 20. First of all, stop saying only. Stop saying only. Let them lose weight faster than you. Let them lose more because your metabolism is not my metabolism. Your journey is not my journey. Your circumstances are not my circumstances. You have no idea what really goes on. So if someone is losing weight faster, they're losing more, let them. You trying to just get all up in a tizzy about it, what is that doing for you? All it's doing for you is holding you back from time you could be spending to creating the life you crave. All right? Let them get mad that you're not the fat food friend anymore. Let them. Let them get mad that you don't want to hit up the buffet and go insane. Let them get mad. Because if that's all they had in common with you in the first place, then is that really a friend? Is that really someone you want to still hang out with if they can't support you in your journey? Right? So let them get mad. Here's on the opposite side of this is let them compliment you. We're going to stop doing the thanks but. The thanks but is, oh my God, Amy, you look so good. I haven't seen you in so long. You've lost so much weight. Thanks, but I still have 20 pounds to lose. Thanks, but I'm not where I want to be yet. How many times have you done that, right? The thanks, but has got to go. If people want to compliment you, if they want to notice your weight loss, let them. Thank you, period, is a full sentence. And also, let me caveat that when someone compliments your weight loss and they literally just compliment you, you don't have to give a whole backstory on what you're doing to lose weight. They didn't ask you that. And even if they do ask you that, you don't owe that information to anyone. So a lot of times I've been doing this and this and this and this and this. Like, you don't have to do that. You can just say, thank you. I'm really proud to. Thank you. I've been working really hard. Not thanks, but thank you. Thank you. You get what I'm saying. We're not thanks butting anymore. Let them offer to help. This one is hard for me. I'm very hard-headed. I'm very stubborn. I don't like accepting help. But if someone is offering to help you, let them. Who cares what their intentions are? I know I struggle with that because sometimes I think they don't mean it. They're just trying to be nice. They're just trying to say it because they hope I'll say no, or I don't want to owe them something later, or whatever. There's a lot of things wrapped up in that. But if someone is genuinely offering to help, let them. They offered, let them. Let them be uncomfortable with your confidence. You should not shrink down or adjust your self-worth just to make someone else comfortable. Because when you do that, now you are uncomfortable. You are not being true to yourself. If someone has a problem and is so fucking uncomfortable with your newfound confidence, let them. Let them show themselves out the door. Because is that someone you really want to be around? No. Let them be uncomfortable. Do not dim your light. Do not shrink yourself down so that so-and-so can feel better about themselves because they don't have any confidence of their own. Because clearly that means they're struggling. Clearly they don't have any self-worth or confidence. So maybe you should give them the link to the podcast. They might benefit. Let them sabotage you. Let them. If somebody wants to keep saying, oh, it's just a little bit, won't hurt, try this, I made this for you. Let them. Because the only person who can sabotage is you. If you let them, right? If you let them sabotage you, then you will be sabotaged. But if you don't, let them say it. Let them do it. You don't have to react on it. The thing about let them is like, then you get a decision. Because if you kind of like let it go, see where it goes from there, then make a decision. If they keep doing it, that's a boundary. Tell them what your boundary is. If you discuss that with someone and they have a problem with it or they're offended by it, let them go. Let them make comments about your little diet. Oh, you still on that little diet? How's that little diet going? Oh, how's that little weight loss thing going? Have you lost any weight? Let them make comments. It is showing you who they are. And back to the judgment, let me tell you something. They're going to judge you for being fat. They're going to judge you for doing something about it. And they're going to judge you for the way you're doing something about it. Whether you're, counting calories, doing Weight Watchers, doing surgery, taking Ozempic, taking Zepbound, or getting on the operating table and having lipo, let me tell you something. They're going to judge you for it. Let them. You got to do you. And that's what this is about, is like, let them be miserable and upset and bitter and angry so that you can let all that go in your head and be who you need to be. Let them. Let them call you fat. Let them. Let them. Because this one always killed me. Any type of confrontation or altercation I've ever had in my life from the time I was a kid, and the only comeback that somebody had was, oh, you fat bitch. Wow. Like, whoa. Like, you must have dug so deep for that comeback. Like, you must have really dug deep. That is so highly intelligent and just articulate. Wow. Round of applause for you. Like, I've always said, if that's the only thing you can come at me for, what does that say about you? It says more about you than it does about me. And I used to let that word have power, and I don't anymore. Because it's like, if you truly think that is the worst possible thing you can say to me, then you were sadly mistaken. Sadly. And I think back to, and this is like where we think of the fine line, right? Of like, we're not going to let people bully us. We're not going to let people walk all over us. You can stand up for yourself. You can say something, but then let it go. Because what I'm getting at here is, if there is someone who is supposed to care about me or someone who is supposed to be my friend, and that's what they're saying to me, number one, you're gonna get a dose of my mouth, okay? And number two, I'm gonna let you, because I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna have to let you go if that's the kind of shit you're saying to me or about me. So it's like, let them. And when I say that right now, like, I feel such a sense of like weightlessness. Like, it feels lighter. It feels like this just gives me the mental permission to do me, to focus on me, and to stay in my lane. Because I don't care what anybody else is doing in their lane. And when you start worrying up about what so-and-so's doing and how they're doing it and what they're up to and like, you bring yourself misery. And when I think about this, I'm going to sidebar for a second on my level of pettiness, because we all love it. We all live for a petty moment. All right. When I come across someone on Facebook, people you may know, creepy ass shit, right? They know that we might know these people from 30 years ago. And when I come across a Facebook profile of some dick who had the audacity to bully me and call me fat and make fun of me, and little me who didn't stand up for myself back in the day, which you best believe nowadays you're gonna get a dose of me if you say some shit. When I see their profile and they are old and they are fat and they are balding and they are ugly and they used to think they were hot shit in high school, I get such I get so giddy and so satisfied to see that. And let me tell you, bonus points if I notice your wife is also fat, because karma's a bitch, buddy. It's a bitch. And look, you little dick, look what happened to you. So, that's just a sidebar. I am that level of petty. It's satisfying. It's satisfying because you are a low life, low level piece of shit who ran around school making fun of girls, bullying people to make yourself feel better because you had no self-confidence, because mommy didn't hug you enough, because mommy didn't love you enough. You had to make everybody else feel bad about themselves. Well, look how the tables have turned. And that's all. And that's enough on that. Okay, moving on. Anyway, another thing. Let them make comments about what you're wearing. Oh my God. Here's an example. Oh my God. You're so overdressed. I just threw this on. Congratulations. Would you like a trophy? Bravo, honey, bravo. I don't give a shit. If you want to dress up and dress to the nines, dripping in jewels to go to the Walmart, do it. If they want to go and wearing sweatpants and talking shit, let them. Let them. You got one life to live and that's yours. This is also the people, oh my God. I can't believe you're wearing makeup to the beach. I don't wear any makeup. Congratulations. Would you like a trophy? Would you like an award? What would you like me to say to that? Oh, I know. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. I thought you had makeup on. You're just a natural beauty. The people that say things like that are the insecure girls who feel so bad about themselves that they want to tear everybody else down because they feel inferior because you showed up looking good, because you showed up dressed up, because you showed up in a way that obviously is making them feel bad about themselves. I want to be around the women. See how I said women? I want to be around the women that when I show up, dang girl, I like that outfit, or wow, you are working it, or whatever. Let's be around those women. Let's not be around little girls who feel bad about themselves and then they take it out on you and they fish for compliments because they're so proud of themselves because they don't wear makeup. Wow, I'm so proud of you too. And let me tell you, I leave this house sometimes without makeup on. And when I go to the beach, I have my beach makeup. And I'm going to give you a tip. For sun, aging, wrinkles, sunburning, and all that, put your sunscreen on and put your makeup on over it. Thank me later. It's like an extra layer of protection. And I don't go wearing glam to the nines, but we're putting on the tinted sunscreen, the tinted moisturizer, a little bit of powder, a little bit of blush, a little bit of bronzer. We're doing it. And I'm doing it because I'm going to do me, because that makes me feel good. That makes me feel confident. If you don't want to, let them. I don't care what you do. How you show up in the world has nothing to do with me, and vice versa. So if people want to judge you, if they want to talk shit, if they want to lose weight faster than you, if they want to try to be better than you, let them. You will feel such a sense of relief and lighter, and it drops some of that emotional load that you're carrying. All right, let's flip it. Let's flip it. Let's do on the flip side here. We talked about let them. As I was listening to this and kind of seeing things going around social media, whatever, I thought, I always try to find ways to like reflect it back to our podcast. And I think of the phrase let you, because so much of our issues with yo-yo dieting, the yo-yo diet body hate shame cycle, carrying the emotional weight is how we treat ourselves, right? We worry so much about others and how they're judging us and what they're saying, but a lot of that comes from the story that we created about ourselves, what the inner fat bitch tells us about ourselves, because we make this story up about the judgment that they're going to do, and they may have never done it, right? But we make the story up because we feel that it protects us from getting hurt. It protects us, like we dress rehearse all these scenarios. Well, what if they say I'm overdressed? What if they say I look fat? What if they say I've gained weight? What if they say I lost weight? Then let them. We don't need to dress rehearse all these scenarios. What we need to do is we need to work on the inner story. We need to work on breaking the rules and the stories that we're creating about ourselves. That's what matters. So I want to give you permission today. A couple of things with the let you. Let you appreciate your body. Let you acknowledge where you are in your journey. Let you decide what your standards are, what your boundaries are. That's what's important here. Because when we're crystal clear on ourself, our boundaries, and where we stand, all this other shit from these people, we're unbreakable. We're unbreakable. Because when you have a strong foundation, it's very hard to rock that foundation. It's very hard. You could call me fat all you want. Like, congratulations, you have eyes. Obviously, I'm not skinny. It doesn't hold power. And that's because I've done the work. That was not always the case, right? That was not always the case. And think about all the things you've done in your past to deflect, to avoid, to not stand up for yourself. Because if I stand up for myself, that's the one comeback they're going to use. Let them. Let them. Because if someone says that, especially in a room of people, it makes them look so fucking stupid. It truly does. Especially if we're in our 30s and 40s and we're calling people fat bitches. Guys, I can't. I literally can't. It says so much about that person and how broken they are. That person is broken. People that bully other people that belittle other people that want to put other people underneath of them because they think they are better are broken people. Broken. And they need help. They desperately need help. They need to be in therapy. They need to seek help. Let you celebrate the wins. No matter how small, progress is progress. Going back to, I only lost 20, I only lost 1. Girl, you lost. You're still in the game. You're still in it. Celebrate the victories. When you get out that moment, oh my God, this is like a non-scale victory. When you get out of the shower and you know when the towel like barely fits around your body, you know when you've gained all the weight, that moment when all of a sudden, and it's not that it just happened, but you just realize it's happening. That moment when you get out of the shower and you realize the towel fits and I can tuck it up here on my chest and like actually wear it to put my makeup on. Non-scale victory. Celebrate that shit. That is a win. That is such a win, right? I remember I have the zebra fleece robe. I've had it for years. And when I was pregnant with Javi, probably Kat too, but I got my biggest with Javi. When I was pregnant with Javi in 2020, that bitch, I mean, it is a big robe. It is an oversized, large, large robe, okay? When I was pregnant with him, at the height of my pregnancy, I couldn't even barely tie the little belt, right? I still have that robe. I love it because it's comfortable. It's oversized, especially in the winter. I don't wear it in the summer. But anyway, like when I get out of the shower and I put that on, and I mean, I can like pull it almost all the way around at this point, like you know how it crisscrosses the front. That is such a good feeling. And I don't take that for granted. I don't take it for granted. And that's these little wins that it's gradually, then suddenly you realize, oh my God, like the towel is going around my body. Oh my God, I can bend over without like feeling like I'm going to pass out from cutting off the circulation. Celebrate that shit. Let yourself silence the inner fat bitch. She just needs to stop. Like, she needs to shut the fuck up. She needs to get out, and you have to do the work to make that happen. Okay? That inner voice that is constantly pulling you down, that is creating these stories, it's telling you that people are saying awful things about you when they're not. You have to work on silencing the inner fat bitch and doing the work, the thought work that comes with that. Let yourself enjoy food. Yeah. Let yourself enjoy food without feeling guilty. We're not desperate dieting. In the Irresistible You world, we don't desperate diet. We don't cut out entire food groups. We enjoy our life. And if food is something you enjoy, then fix your relationship with it. If food is something you enjoy, but you know you don't have any boundaries with food, fix your relationship with food. Let yourself do that. Let yourself stop comparing. Stop comparing your body to others. Stop comparing your lifestyle to others. Stop comparing your weight loss journey to others. Stop comparing your beauty to other people. What makes you irresistible is that you are unique. You are uniquely made. Your journey is different. Your circumstances are different. All the little quirky things about you make you you. And embrace that. And when you start to work on yourself and your confidence and your self-worth and you feel better about yourself, you know, you can see someone who, you know, I am mature enough to see someone and go, wow, they look really good. They look better than I do, right? That's not comparison, right? That's not comparison. But if I say, oh, they look so much better than me because I look like shit and I look like this, it's like we can see someone else and still admire them without comparing, if that makes sense to you. And that's by knowing yourself, embracing your unique differences and all the things that make you you. Okay? Let yourself take care of you. Let yourself take care of your body. Let yourself get your glam on, do your self-care, have your routines. That's really, really important. Because when you let yourself go, all right, when you get to a point in your life, you've gained a shit ton of weight, you feel like a foreigner in your body because you don't recognize your body. You've got things about your body that you never had before, and that feels isolating, that feels scary, that feels devastating. When you don't recognize yourself, right? And then because you're so down on yourself about what you look like with your weight, you start letting go of all the other things that made you feel good, whether that's your hair routine, your skin care, your jewelry that you wear, your nails, your feet, your outfits, all those things that make you feel good about yourself. When you start letting those things go too, you don't recognize yourself anymore. You've let this piece of you go, right? And it's like, my nails, which to some people might seem so petty or like such vanity or such an unnecessary thing, I've been getting my nails done since I was 15. Like, I kid you not, I used to use my first job was babysitting when I was 15. I would use my babysitting money to go to the nail salon. Like, I'm now 43. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I don't even want to say the years out loud. It's been a long time. And I have religiously done my nails. There's been a few gaps in between, but not many. And I recently had not had my nails done in a little while. And when I got in the car, I started crying because it was like a part of me was back. Because it's such a part of my personality. One of the things I'm known for is my gaudy ass nails. I love them. And when I don't take the time to go do that and take care of myself, it just chips away at you. I'm getting so emotional. It's just like it chips away at your self-esteem. It chips away at your self-worth. Even though we all logically know that our self-worth doesn't come from our looks, right? But there's things we can do to make ourselves feel good. And when you are constantly not able to do things for yourself, or you stop doing things for yourself, or you don't put yourself first because you're putting everybody else first, it takes a toll. It takes a toll mentally, emotionally, physically, and then you're so upset because you are overweight, but then you don't have the energy to do something about it because you feel awful, because it's like this vicious cycle. And to break the cycle it's a messy, sloppy, uneasy process, right? It doesn't, like, I always relate it back to the first day you start working out. If you haven't run in a while or walked or done anything physical other than, walking where you need to go every day, it feels like you are in molasses. It feels like you are sloughing through mud. Like, it feels awful. Like, I can remember just like your butt, you can feel everything jiggling and everything feels like it hurts because it's jiggling around and it's moving. Things that aren't supposed to be moving are moving, but it's going to have to feel that way for a while until you condition your body, until you get in shape, until you start building some resistance, some momentum, right? And after a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, it's that gradually then suddenly feeling. But you've got to let yourself take care of you. Because there's ways that you take care of yourself that no one else can do for you. Not even your husband, your wife, your kids. You have to put yourself first. I've been, I really am not an early morning person, and I want to play one on TV so bad. I want to be an early morning person because I know the benefits. And I have found myself in a rut where I was getting up basically at the same time the kids were getting up to get ready for school. So what was that doing? Creating utter chaos. I'm in the bathroom getting ready. They're coming in my bathroom getting ready. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's rushing out the door. It is awful. So, because I didn't take the time to take care of me first. So lately what I've been doing is I have been, getting up an hour and a half earlier. Oh my God. Guess what? Hi, the problem. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I was the problem. I'm the reason why everybody's stressed out in the morning. Because I didn't take the time. When I take the time, I wake up, I get myself ready, my makeup is done, my outfit is on, my hair is done. I've already come in the office, turned the computers on, started checking emails, getting the chunk of my day started. And then I can go wake the kids up. Wow. Because then also, I am 100% present to help them get ready. They're 4 and 8, right? Like, they still need help with some things. And let's face it, if we let our kids get ready for school, like, it'll take 3 hours, right? Like, I always laugh how on the weekends or like on after school times, it feels like it takes over an hour to get everybody out the door when they're already dressed. And I said, how do we get ready for school sometimes in 20, 30 minutes? How are we doing this? How? So put yourself first, let you take care of you, because if you don't, no one else is going to do it. And let you decide who you want to be. Not comparing yourself to, bullshit beauty standards. Some asshole in a boardroom decided were beauty standards so that he can sell $1 million and make his shareholders happy. You decide what your standards are. You decide what your life looks like, not what success looks like typically, right? Success is not just money, you guys. Success is not just a house and a car and, the things that are stereotypically defined as success. You decide what that looks like. I decided for me a long time ago, before kids, that success to me was freedom of time, freedom to come back tonight and finish working. And sometimes I get down on myself. Or I'm like, oh, this podcast doesn't have enough downloads, or I'm not where I want to be, with this or that. And then I think, yeah, but you just sat in the car at your kid's practice and finished a storyboard, or you were sleeping and made a sale, or you just took off work for the day and went to the aquarium with your children, or took your dog for a walk, and you get to decide when that happens on your terms. And that is a non-negotiable for me. Like, that is what I created. It was intentional. And that may not look the same for everyone else. I didn't want a traditional 9-to-5. I don't want that. I've done that. And because I did it for so long, I know that it's not for me. Also, my body, like back in the day when I was a teenager, it's like I wanted to look like the people in 17 magazine. I wanted to be that skinny. Meanwhile, I am not built to look like that. It is not in my DNA. It is not in my physical makeup to look that skinny. In my 30s and 40s, I decided I don't want to be skinny. I want to be fit. I want to be strong. If that means being a little bit extra weight, I don't care. I don't care. As long as I feel like I look good and I'm healthy and I can get around and I like the way I look in my clothes, we're good. So that's not going to be society's quote unquote standard. It's my standard. So you get to decide. And that's one of the things we do in the Irresistible You program. One of the very first exercises that you'll do is designing the life that you want to have. Like, what does a day in your life look like? What does future you look like? And always operating from your future self. Because your current self is always going to want to take the easy way out, is always going to want to just say, I'll get to that later. But we don't ever get to it later. And when we keep doing that, we never become who we want to become. So those are just some ways that you can use the let them theory, incorporate the let you theory, and release some of that emotional weight, release some of the stress, the pressure, the need to control everyone around you, the need to be perfect, the need to be all or nothing. Let that go. Let it go. All right. As a reminder, if you love the podcast, I encourage you and I invite you to join the Irresistible You private podcast and online course. It comes with a complete online private podcast that you can listen to just like you're listening to now, along with a full online course chock full of videos, workbooks, and worksheets from me. If you aren't quite sure if you're ready for that, I encourage you to make sure you get on my email list to get the free Irresistible You action plan. All of those links are down in the show notes. Make sure you go and check that out. Also, please leave a rating and review for the podcast. That helps more than you can imagine. I will connect with you on Instagram. I am at Irresistible Icing. That's the best way to get in touch with me in social media. Until the next one, stay irresistible. Bye, guys.